And in the Philippines, another 2,000 traditional jeepneys are back in business in Manila. A total of 8,000 have now returned to the roads. Drivers have to comply with health and safety protocols to curb the spread of COVID-19. Cherry Regalado joins us now to tell us more. Good evening, Cherry. How are the jeepneys operating now that they're back on the roads?
Well, around 14% of all registered public utility jeepneys in the National Capital Region are now back on the road. These jeepneys were allowed to resume operations, and they need quick response codes or special barcodes issued by the Land Transportation and Regulatory Board, or LFTRB. They are printed and displayed prominently on their vehicles. Now, the drivers must comply with the safety measures set by the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases. These include mandatory checking of body temperature and disinfecting of hands of passengers and wearing of face masks. Public utility vehicles, or PUVs, can only operate at half the passenger capacity. The LTFRB says that it will monitor compliance with health protocols, and those caught violating them would be fined or have their franchise cancelled. However, some GP drivers are unable to go back to driving as they are not yet ready to comply with the health standards, saying they lack funds to purchase thermometers or alcohol. Some choose not to go back on the road, saying that they would be operating at a loss given that they can only ferry half of their vehicles capacity. The chairman says that more PUVs across the country will be allowed to operate in the coming days.
Cherry, the national tally for coronavirus cases pushed past the 85,000 mark today. How is the government responding?
As the number of COVID-19 cases increase, the government promises major changes in its response to the health crisis. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque says that the new approach would include pool testing by August, which is expected to boost the testing capacity by as much as 10 times. The pool testing will also decrease the case doubling and reproduction rates. He adds that more isolation facilities will be built and the number of contact tracing volunteers will be increased. Roque says that these major changes are a complete departure from the current strategy in fighting COVID-19, and he was quoted saying that Metro Manila will be a living experiment that we believe we can be successful at and be proud of. He, however, refused to say if the community quarantine classifications will be changed by August 1. Meanwhile, the IATF has already allowed more businesses to open in areas under the general community quarantine, such as gyms, internet shops, and personal grooming services, and they will be operating at a 30% capacity. Tomorrow, the president is expected to announce the new changes and the quarantine classes in various areas for August.
Okay, Mayor, thanks for that update. Cherry Regalado speaking to us from Manila.